Ambassador Thexarin of the Galactic Council smoothed his ceremonial robes as he prepared to deliver the verdict that would reshape the galaxy's future. Around the Crystal Amphitheater, representatives from the 43 founding species of the Galactic Confederation watched with barely concealed satisfaction as he approached the human delegation. "Ambassador Williams," Thexarin began, his voice carrying the weight of official authority. "After extensive deliberation, the Galactic Council has reached its decision regarding humanity's application for Confederation membership." Ambassador Elena Williams stood with quiet dignity, flanked by her small diplomatic team. The humans had been seeking admission to galactic civilization for over a decade, ever since first contact had brought them into awareness of the greater cosmic community. "The Council finds that humanity's aggressive tendencies and violent history make you unsuitable for inclusion in our peaceful alliance," Thexarin continued. "Furthermore, your species' rapid technological advancement and territorial expansion represent a potential threat to galactic stability." A murmur of agreement rippled through the assembled delegates. The humans had made the mistake of being honest about their history, the wars, the conquests, the way they had spread across their own solar system with relentless efficiency. Therefore, Thexarin announced with finality, "Humanity is hereby banned from all Confederation space. Any human vessels found beyond the Sol system's heliopause will be considered hostile and dealt with accordingly. This exile is permanent and non-negotiable." Ambassador Williams nodded slowly, her expression unreadable. "I understand, Ambassador Thexarin. We will comply with the Council's decision." As the human delegation departed, Thexarin felt a profound sense of relief. The galaxy was safe from the Deathworlders. That was 200 years ago. Today, Thexarin's descendant, High Chancellor Zexarin, stood in the same amphitheater addressing a very different crisis. The reports spread across his desk painted a picture that should have been impossible. "Chancellor," reported Chief Intelligence Officer Velnara, her normally steady voice betraying deep concern, "we've confirmed similar incidents in 17 different sectors. The pattern is disturbing." Zexarin reviewed the intelligence summaries with growing unease. Across the galaxy, criminal organizations were simply vanishing overnight. Pirates who had plagued shipping lanes for generations had been found dead in their bases, killed with a precision that spoke of military training. Slave trading cartels that the Confederation had struggled to eliminate for centuries had been systematically dismantled, their operations shut down and their victims freed. "Who's responsible?" he asked, though part of him already suspected the answer. "Unknown, sir. The attacking forces leave no traces, use no technology we can identify, and communicate through encrypted channels our best cryptographers can't break. But there are patterns." "What kind of patterns?" Velnara hesitated. "The tactics, sir. They're not like anything used by Confederation military forces. The precision, the efficiency, the way they coordinate across multiple star systems simultaneously. It reminds our military analysts of something." "Of what?" "Of the theoretical strategies described in the old human diplomatic files. Before the exile, the admission hung in the amphitheater like a toxic cloud. For 2 centuries, the Confederation had told itself that the humans had simply disappeared into their corner of the galaxy, content to remain within their prison of a single star system. "That's impossible," Zexarin protested. "Our border monitoring stations would have detected any human expansion. We've been watching the Sol system for 200 years. "Sir," Velnara continued reluctantly, "there's more. We've been analyzing trade patterns, economic flows, resource movements across the galaxy. When we map it all together." The holographic display that materialized above the council floor showed the galaxy's economic network as a web of flowing energy. But what it revealed made Zexarin's 3 hearts stop beating. Hidden within the normal flow of galactic commerce was another pattern, a shadow network of resource movement, information flow, and economic control that spanned hundreds of star systems. It was invisible unless you knew what to look for, disguised as normal trade and migration, but undeniably present. "They're everywhere," Velnara whispered. "Human colonies, human corporations, human military forces, operating under false identities and shell organizations. They've been expanding for 2 centuries, and we never noticed because they were careful never to claim territory officially." Zexarin stared at the display in horror. "How many systems?" "Current estimates suggest human influence in over 3,000 star systems, sir. They control approximately 40% of the galaxy's manufacturing capacity, 60% of its shipping lanes, and," she paused, swallowing hard, "80% of its private security firms." The implications crashed over Zexarin like a tidal wave. Every pirate eliminated, every criminal organization destroyed, every slave trader killed. It hadn't been random vigilante action. It had been humanity systematically cleaning up the galaxy while building their own hidden empire within it. "Sir," Velnara added quietly, "there's a transmission coming in. It's addressed to the Galactic Council, and it's on an open channel from the Sol system." The face that appeared on the communication screen was human, an older woman with gray hair and eyes that held the weight of 2 centuries of planning. "Greetings, Galactic Council," she said calmly. "This is President Sarah Chen Williams, speaking on behalf of the Terran Colonial Union. I believe it's time we had a conversation." Zexarin found his voice with difficulty. "Miss Chen Williams, you are in violation of your species' exile terms. Human expansion beyond the Sol system is forbidden." Chen Williams smiled, an expression that somehow managed to be both warm and terrifying. "Chancellor, I think you misunderstand the situation. We were exiled from Confederation space. We were never told we couldn't create our own space. You've been operating in secret for 2 centuries, building an illegal empire." "We've been building a better galaxy," Chen Williams corrected. "We eliminated the criminal elements your Confederation couldn't handle. We established trade networks that brought prosperity to rim worlds you'd abandoned. We created the security infrastructure that's kept your peaceful species safe for the last 200 years. The truth hit Zexarin like a physical blow. "You've been protecting us." "Someone had to," Chen Williams replied simply. "The galaxy you tried to preserve by exiling us would have collapsed decades ago without our intervention. Pirates, raiders, slavers, they don't respect peaceful philosophies, but they do respect superior firepower applied with surgical precision." As Zexarin stared at the economic display, showing humanity's hidden influence throughout the galaxy, he realized that the Confederation hadn't exiled humanity at all. They had exiled themselves from humanity's galaxy.